versus Here we go for set number 1. It is on Neo Planet S, and in the bottom left corner, good luck! Was written by Terminator to our orange Terran, who is Major. In the upper right, it is our blue Protoss, who is the Terminator. Me lose, he says, can't go home, me die, me chobo. Chobo, by the way, means beginner. That much I can tell you. Kosu. I see a lot of non-Korean speaking people figure out the word Kosu, which is kind of like an expert, so to say.
And it only took us 1 minute into the game to see the talk about boosters being imbalanced.
Of course. The name booster, and we'll see if it is indeed imbalanced or not. Let's see how much Major decides to use it or not. We'll find out. Major in the bottom left, as mentioned, he is your orange Terran. Terminator in the upper right. What are they going to do? Nothing being revealed just yet.
Well, it looks like Major is going to go for a early command center. He's saving up a lot of resources.
Oh, and he says Byunte. Okay, Terminator's a Byunte, which basically means pervert.
Well, I couldn't read what the Korean text was, but I did see the word girl in there, and something about someone that maybe worked for SPO TV that was at the Shinderum studio. So,
well, I see a she angry. We'll see. Looks like it's going to be a fast expansion for Major. The probe trying to harass the SCV, which is building. Gonna switch off for a moment, and the probe is indeed chased away somewhat.
Major is definitely one of these macro players. It's not surprising to see him go for a fast command center in this situation here, even though it can be a bit harder for Terrans to hold off that Oracle harass that we've been seeing more from them in Heart of the Swarm. But if we look at Terminator's base, he is not opting to get that second gas, so I think he's going to get a fast expansion of his own.
When you play PvT, what's your favorite build from a Protoss standpoint?
Well, I guess I have two, and I think that's the girl they're talking about. But going back to the builds, my favorite build is opening up Stargate and harassing with oracles and trying to take my opponent out early through using superior micro and positioning. But it seems like Terrans are getting better against that when I try it, so I've been opting more recently to go for a expansion after I make a Stalker and Mothership Core.
Well, Terminator has expanded, and well, we'll see if he goes for a similar strategy or not. He is bringing in his second assimilator right now.
Major doing the right thing here. If he wants to defend against any potential air threat, he needs to get those 3 barracks down very fast and get a high Marine count out. That is what it's going to allow him to survive in the early game against any potential harassment and threats early on.
No! Is that a no, or is it a no?
I think it's more of a just no.
Bunker being built by Major as he wants to ensure that he can defend any sort of harassment that might come. Nothing appears to be on the way imminently.
Yeah, this opening from Terminator, very, very standard so far in Heart of the Swarm. I see pretty much all the top Protoss players going for this or something very similar. I did a little bit of research on my own through the top Grandmaster Korean Protoss players, and it's pretty much they get their expansion down, they build that robo, and then they get the 3 gates behind it. So this is what we're really seeing the most often in this matchup.
Mothership core pushing forward right to the edge of that expansion. SCV is not taken out. Going to take a peek at everything there.
Actually getting a full scout there, and if you think about it, losing one SCV is a lot more efficient than wasting a scan, which could be a mule instead. So nice little scout by Nature, a mini victory for him, and even being able to fend off that Mothership core as well.
So both players expanding, going for the long haul, and losing the Mothership core is Terminator. Can't be pleased about that. Not really getting his value worth out of it.
Yeah, look at this, though. We do have a hallucinated Oracle here. Will Major fall for the bait? There is a War Prism being built behind this from Terminator, so I think Terminator is going to be fooling around a little bit here, and Major's going to be playing this very seriously.
The Oracle getting some good scouting. Soggy fake. Soggy means to fool, and it is finished with its half-life. Of course, showing like he might have a Stargate, but of course he does not.
That Warp Prism is not fake, though, at all. That's very real. Will Major be fooled by thinking that that's actually a fake Warp Prism, though? That's the real question here.
Could be. We'll have to wait and see. A few more gateways being warped in. And he's warping in these Zealots quite far away. Oh, no, it's brought him right back up. Kind of a good distance.
I think he wants to have some units in his Warp Prism before he drops his opponent.
Here he goes. And what is Major going to think of this when it reaches his base?
Well, it looks like Combat Shield's almost complete. Stim has completed as well. Major's getting ready to push out here, but I think Terminator is a very smart player. He has this timed out, and oh, just barely missing the War Prism with that Marine.
Observer there to spot out the forces of Major.
Oh, wow, look at this. Terminator knows Major very well. Oh, does he see the War Prism? Will Major react in time? He's not sending any units back. Well, okay, he's sending 2 Marines back, so he must have an idea of what's going on here.
And SCVs are taken off the mineral line. Zealots dropped in there. Warp Prism. And there go the Medivacs as they're on their way. And Colossus is out. Medivacs are chased away. So much for that harassment. Meanwhile, more Zealots being warped in by Terminator.
Oh, that Mothership core is so close to being killed. The Medivac boosters are moving in here, but it looks like Terminator is ready for these Medivacs.
So both players defending well for the time being, and both players are going to be able to stabilize and continue on with their mining as well as their tech tree.
Yeah. Major going ahead and getting his 3rd base up. I'm a little bit surprised he hasn't seen the observers near his army. Both of them. I would love to see Major have a little bit more sense and snipe them off while he can, but I guess in the meantime he just wants to keep the pressure on Terminator and have him delay that 3rd base for as long as possible.
Keeping those Medivacs close by. He's going to perhaps have a double-pronged attack here.
That is what it looks like here. 2 High Templars are warped in, though. Will they be able to get a feedback off on these Medivacs in time?
Major trying to push in. A nice force field there. And here's the Medivac! Feedback, but doesn't quite kill that Medivac. He is able to drop it, and perhaps slightly caught off guard, but Terminator does get back in time to chase those away.
Major trying to do the best he can with this pressure, but he's not scoring any type of economic damage here.
Yeah, Terminator doing a great job of keeping Major back as Major applying the pressure, but not really able to get anything done, although he is putting some hits on this Colossus.
Oh, is he going to be able to take it out?
If he could get that, that would be a huge hit for him. And a couple more hits for it. Oh, it does go down. Major taking down the Colossus. And the Medivacs pretty low, taking a few hits as well, but they're able to pick up and get out of there.
All right, so far, Major, he's done the best he can with his harass, but Terminator proving too solid. He did not lose enough in that harassment for it to really be too successful, but now I feel like Major, he has that third base completed. Terminator, is he going to go for a 2-base push, or will he try to take a third base of his own?
Ghost Academy down for Major as well as he continues up his tech tree. He's got that Marine at the bottom right spotting to make sure Terminator's not doing anything behind his back.
Third base being built for Terminator as well right here, so he's not going to go for a 2-base timing. But Major, this is the point in the game where he potentially can constantly deny Terminator's third base. If he can deny this third base for long enough, he will pull so far ahead in the game, and unless Terminator has essentially perfect micro in a huge engagement, he's not going to be able to do anything.
Should be able to force a cancel. He does successfully. Ghosts are now out for Major. He had 3 of them producing. He'll be able to add those to his army. And, oh, the Marine is not going to be... Well, now he's going to know that the Zealots are there. So perhaps Major's going to know to go and check out the bottom right now.
Looking at the supplies, though, right now, Major, he's not really too far ahead of his opponent Terminator. And Terminator has a very strong army composition. There's actually no ghosts yet in this army, and he needs those ghosts to deal with that Archon with the High Templar, to EMP those Immortals as well, and kind of, soften up those Zealots.
Trying to get into that third is Terminator, and let's see if he's able to force a lift here.
Oh, that is a lot of Zealots. The lift is being forced. A lot of SCVs are being killed here. But the EMPs, did they do the damage they needed to do?
3 ghosts, 4 of them there. High Templar trying to cause a storm. Nice feedback to take out a ghost by Terminator. And is he going to be able to salvage this base or not?
I don't, there's a lot of units there, but it's essentially just charge lots right now.
He's got a couple of Immortals in there as well. I don't see the High Templars anymore. Does he have any left there? He had a few.
Yeah, I think the High Templars were taken out by those ghosts or expended their energy. And now, Terminator, he has taken a very solid supply lead. He's taken that expansion in the bottom right-hand base. Major, he needs to really snipe off those observers, and he needs to keep up in the upgrade advantage as well, because right now, it looks like Terminator, his 3-3 is almost completed, and Major, he's just starting +2 too.
And Major heading over to that bottom right base. I don't know that he's seen it yet, but he knows something fishy is down there. Yeah, he doesn't have vision of the base, but he does know that his Marine was killed there earlier, so he could be hinted that there could be something there, but he certainly does not know about it just yet for fact of vision.
Yeah, I think Major, he could poke and prod in if there was a third base for Terminator that he knew about, but the fact is, this third base, it's in the bottom right-hand corner. Major does not know about it, and if he can't find it, then, essentially it's just a free base, and the longer he holds onto that fork, the better position Terminator is going to be in.
Yeah, earlier today we were able to watch SOS win his match, and a lot of that, I believe that was against Carno, because he was able to have a hidden base for so long, and boy, if you can't spot that, it can be a tremendous advantage, which it's turning out to be right now in favor of Terminator this time. A couple of Zealots moving in to do some harassment. Mules and SCVs being pulled off the mineral line, and at the same time, here comes Terminator's forces from the outside, trying to get some good position. High Templars moving up first, and a nice storm. One of them with a good hit, the other not doing quite as well. And Concussive Cells doing their part to take that High Templar out.
There's actually, I don't think I see any more Storm in that army. There may be one Templar hidden within that army, but the Storms didn't really do much damage, and now Major, if he can control his army perfectly here, he may be able to force Terminator back.
Terminator is going to retreat for the time being. It's Ghost taken out.
Getting some snipes off there, but the problem is Terminator, he's now maxed out. Major, he's only at 185 supply right now, and looks like Terminator, he's grabbing a 4th base now, while Major, I don't think he has any plans on taking a 4th expansion until he can get some type of sizable advantage.
3rd Colossi joins the forces for Terminator. He's got a lot of Zealots there. Few Stalkers as well.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird position for Major to be in right now because he's essentially forced into a defense position. It all comes down to, can he out-control his opponent? He can't let those storms hit his main bio ball or the game is simply over.
Zealots trying to get into that expansion. A couple do get through. A nice feedback, taking out 2 ghosts there for Terminator.
Wow, actually great feedback there. That was completely cost-effective. And now Terminator, he's in a position where he can pretty much, he's able to defend that extra expansion he has, and he's constantly applying pressure on Major. Major, he's trying to take a 4th base now, but those Zealots, they're going to scout it immediately and force a cancel.
And it looks like Terminator's trying to expand to the center expansion as well at the gold base.
That Marauder deciding to weather the storm there.
Nice drop here by Major.
Forcing Terminator a little bit out of position, and now Major has decided that it's time for him to move in, but great storms going down on the main army there. Oh my gosh, killing so many units.
And Terminator laying down those cannons. If he can get those down, I don't know if there's going to be a way for Major to do much more damage. He's got to continue these drops. Did okay earlier, but it seems like something that he's kind of gotten away with lately, but, well, able to provide a little bit of harassment. Here come those Zealots once again at that 3rd base. Nice storm there.
Yep, that Marauder's got 5 health, so it will not survive much longer. We do have 3-0 on the, or I guess 3-2 on the way for Major, so that +3 attack will be very soon here, but he is lacking the +3 armor that Terminator certainly is not.
So we've got 5 bases against 3 right now for Terminator, and Major simply cannot allow this game to go much further. He's going to have to do something soon as this continues. A nice storm again, trying to predict where the ghost was going to be that time, but misses. And here is the big battle that is being forced upon Major right now.
Major doing some pretty good micro here, but those cannons and the pylon with the reinforcements, I think that may be too much for Major. Another good storm goes down. I think that's it. GG, welcome to Pro League.
Indeed, a Terminator providing the first loss for Major as he's welcome to the show. Terminator taking him down and he bumps his head as well. Oh boy. Yeah, he's thinking, no, don't just...
I think that was planned out from beforehand.
Yeah, looking like a good, fun play from both players. Yeah, I think, you know, before the match, we saw that Major was saying, hey, they need bigger clothes sizes here. I think they need bigger boots as well, as he bumped his head on the way out. But what a match that was. Great job by Terminator. He was able to hide the base in the bottom right and simply got so far ahead.